Do I look like a 12-year-old child, or is this cute? I don't know.
It's been a day, stressing out like crazy. Just wanna be lazy with my girls.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to be talking about the new NikkieTutorials palette with BeautyBay. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't originally gonna buy this. I actually asked a lot of you guys on my Twitter and Instagram if you thought I should buy this or skip this, because I am currently on a no buy, but this is limited edition, so I wanted to it's the only chance I would have had to get it. So currently this is the only thing that I bought on my no buy. I don't see this as a failure, because how can you? Look at this thing. It is just like so stunning. This is gonna be really hard to show without the mirrors being weird, but I wanted to give you guys a little bit of information on this. This is limited edition. They are currently sold out, but they're going to be doing a restock. So if you guys are interested in this palette, go ahead and head over to their website. I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can add your email to be on the wait list if you want to be like notified when it comes back in stock. Also, they always post it all over social media, so if you follow like NikkieTutorials or BeautyBay or any of them, they are going to tell you guys when they're going to do a restock as well. It retails for $30 US, 30 euros, or 25 pounds. I bought mine on the European BeautyBay website for 30 euro, and I got the express shipping, which I think took about a week to get here. I ordered it on launch day the 31st. Today is the 9th. I just got it in the mail, so it took a little, like 9 days to get here to Italy. I'm just gonna show you guys a couple of close-ups here. These pans are enormous. Like, they are very, very large. Let me show you guys. So this is the Patrick Star One Size palette, which has a standard size eyeshadow pans. And here are the pans here. They're much, much larger. Here they are against a like ColourPop standard size eyeshadow palette. I'm not sure if that does that justice, but these pans are huge. I've never purchased a palette made by BeautyBay, and this feels like incredible quality. It has some weight to it. It doesn't feel flimsy or anything. It feels really nice and solid. She put in a card that looks like this, and it shows you which ones you can use with a finger and a brush, or if it works better with your finger versus a brush, that kind of thing. Love that. So handy for some people. When I first saw this palette and I saw that it had the double mirrors, I was like, no, I don't like that. But I get it. It's so smart. One of the mirrors is a standard mirror, and the other one is a magnified mirror. I'm not gonna show you guys because it would just blind you with my lights. But what a super, super innovative way to include two different kinds of mirrors. Love that. So as you can see, she went with like a double kind of theme where one side is happy, colorful, bubbly, you know, that kind of thing. And it does look bright and pretty. And then the other side is meant to look a little bit more grungy, a little bit more dark. And I'm not saying it's bad, but I don't really get like full grungy dark vibes, but I'm not mad at it either. I think it's more about the packaging more than what the actual shadows are. I think overall, like, it is a really nice cohesive eyeshadow look. Oh, also I forgot to mention that they gave out free pop sockets. I can't remember how they're doing this exactly. I think it's with every purchase while supplies last. So I don't know if they're gonna do this on the restock, but this is the one that I got. And there was two different ones, one that looks like the darker side of the palette, one that looks like the bright side. And personally, I'm pretty happy that I got this one. I would have loved the other one as well, but this is definitely more my personality, you know, very bright and like bubbly and everything. Okay, so first up, let me show you guys some swatches. After the swatches, we're going to try the palette on my eyes, see what kind of look I can come up with. It's gonna be hard to choose because this is definitely a palette where you can make multiple looks with, which I love. So much versatility. A palette that works for me is one that I can get tons of different looks from, and this you definitely can. So let's go ahead and do some arm swatches. Keep in mind, these are arm swatches. They're not on the eyes, and I definitely also believe, just like Nikki said in her video, that arm swatches don't always do the eyeshadows justice, just like we saw in my last palette review with the Be Perfect Carnival palette. Super colorful, super fun, doesn't swatch great, but they work pretty good on the eyes. If you want to see that review, it's up here in the iCard. Up here. It's up here in the iCard. I'm sorry guys, I know I talk a lot. It's who I am. Let's do the swatches now.
I don't know when it started. It feels as natural as drinking water.
Are you guys moving straight into the look? I am going to have to do another video using this palette. Like maybe I get ready with me or something, because you guys, these shadows swatched so good. Like I can't even express to you how impressed I am with the way that these swatched. I have so much confidence that these are gonna work beautifully on the eye. The only shadow that I was like, I kind of had to build up really was the green one right here. But honestly, I'm not mad at it because it built up really well. It didn't take me like 5-6 times. It only took like maybe 2 to 3 times. Everything else in here swatched really well. This palette is very softly pressed. So when you put your brush in there, you're gonna get a lot of kick up. It's gonna feel a little powdery. So you're gonna wanna like tap off your brush. And I have a feeling there is going to be quite a lot of fallout, but I always do my eyes first anyways for this reason. So we're gonna go ahead and start trying out the look. I also like threw on a quick little brows so you guys didn't have to see my bare eyebrows. And I'm gonna prime my eyelids with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in Eden as per usual. So looking at the little guide she has here for using a brush versus your finger, it looks like every single matte shade in here, they suggest a brush. And every single shimmer, they suggest either a brush or your finger. It's a good guide, but I do say that is pretty typical of any eyeshadow palette. I feel like you should always use a brush. I mean, not always, but most of the time you're gonna be using a brush with a matte, and if you want to use your finger, you can with a shimmer, and usually your finger will kind of amp up the shimmer. But for me, a good shimmer is when you can use a brush or your finger, because I like the option. It is so hard to choose what shadow I want to use as like my main focus, but ultimately I think I'm gonna go, I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to show you guys this stuff without the mirror kind of getting in the way. I think I'm gonna go with the pink shimmer. I'm thinking I'm gonna do 2 different looks to test it out. That way I can use a bunch of different shades rather than just one look. But we're definitely gonna start with this pink shimmer shade. It's, oh my God, all these shimmers were just like so good when I swatched them. I think the shadow I'm gonna be least impressed with in this palette is this blue shade, this light blue shade, because these kind of pastel blue shades tend to look like nothing on the lids, but we'll see. I'm gonna use this kind of as like a transition shade. So I'm gonna do like a bluey pink look. So first let's go in with that light blue shade. The shade is called Plot Twist because according to Nikkie, it looks absolutely different on every single person. And to me, it just kind of looks like a white shade that's slightly tinted blue, which I guess that's pastel blue. That's exactly what you just explained, Lindsay. Yeah, it's a pastel blue. It really doesn't do much for the eyes, but it does show up kind of how I would expect it to. I'm gonna go straight in with Amsterdam, that blue shade, and see how this works on the eyes. I feel like I need to readjust my camera just a little bit here. It's looking a tiny bit patchy, like the tiniest bit. It's really not anything, I don't want to look too far into it because I feel like it still looks good. Like I don't think anybody will notice the patchiness, but it does look bitty patchy, like just the tiniest bit. I'm gonna go back into Plot Twist, that light blue, and I'm gonna use it to blend here, the edges. I definitely feel like the light blue is good for the blending. Okay, next I'm gonna take Slasher right here. This is a deep purple. I'm gonna use this to deepen the outer part a little bit. Back into the deep blue Amsterdam. Okay, I'm happy with that. Everything looks pretty well blended together. I know it looks super dark and a little crazy right now, but it will come together, I promise. Okay, let's try the pink shade now, Pride. This is like a pink duochrome shade that like almost has like a blue duochrome kind of effect. That's why I used the blue. And first I'm gonna use a brush and let's see how it does. Wow. Yeah, no problems with a brush. Like I said earlier, these shadows are very like softly pressed, so it does kind of come off a little bit like flaky in a way when you're putting your brush in, and you can, like, I felt some of it falling on my face because it's very softly pressed, so you get a lot on your brush, and it just, like, you know, it looks a little like flaky, chunky, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It just holds together because it's a little bit of a softer formula, and it almost makes it feel like it's kind of creamy in a way. But if you do get like a big chunk on there like that, that's when it's like nice to like use your finger. It's such a cool duochrome because like when I turn some angles, you can see it's like the pink underneath, but then it's like a silvery blue reflect. Okay, let me get some of this fallout here. It wasn't as much as what I expected though. Maybe I'll take a little bit more of the deep purple slasher. Just put a little bit more here. It's kind of interesting because I feel like the more you build these up, the more they look even better. When I feel like sometimes when you build up colors in other palettes, the more you build it up, the more it just falls out and like goes away. But these ones actually, they keep pulling more pigment. That is so pretty. I love that so far. Okay, last part for this look, I'm going to use Ivy. This is an icy white shimmery shade, and I put this on my inner corners. Probably gonna have to touch this up later, but for now, yes, oh my God, it's perfect. It's such a perfect white inner corner. I love using like a white icy color for my inner corners to make it pop like so much. Oh yes, that's beautiful. Let's do the second one now. Which color should I use? It's such a hard question. Can I just say that these two shades right here look perfectly together, and this would be a beautiful 2 eyeshadow look, like with the matte and then the shimmer in the matte. Ooh, like I want to try that one day for like an everyday look. But today I want to use one of these like metal, gold, silver kind of shadows. I don't know which one to choose because they're all so different but also so similar at the same time. Like, let me show you guys what these 3 look like next to each other, because I feel like in the pan they look very similar. These two definitely look the most similar, but they are pretty different. I think this one looks more like a gunmetal kind of look. This one is just like such a beautiful like gold kind of shadow, and this one is like a bronzy shadow. So they look a little similar in the pan, but they're all different. I have shimmer literally everywhere. I don't really need to do this, but let's try basic trut. Oh, that's oh my God, I forgot, that's a Dutch word, but I'm pretty sure she said it means basic bitch. I'm gonna put this everywhere. I don't really feel like, this is like literally the color of my skin, so it's not really, it's a good thing to have in a palette for people of my skin tone, but I mean, there's not much I can show you, but it seems to lay down good. I'm gonna go in with Mila. No complaints, an absolute beautiful crease shade. I'm gonna go back into the first shade, Basic Truth, and blend the edge here. Now let's go into 5 AM, the deeper brown shade right here. These are very chocolatey kind of browns, and they're really pretty. Okay, I think that worked really well. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but I do have a space on my eye right here that kind of makes the shadow look patchy, but that's my literal eye. I have trouble getting eyeshadow to stick right there with any eyeshadow palette I use, so that's not the shadow, is my eye. Okay, let's use All In. Works with a brush, but I do want to use my finger. It just seems like it'll be faster and, oh yeah, much easier to spread out because of that creamy kind of formula that makes it kind of flaky, but kind of sticks the shadow together so you get like a full metallic shade. When you see eyeshadows that are kind of flaky like that, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means that when you put it on your eye, it's gonna let everything kind of become one solid color when you blend them and push them together on your eye. I'm not sure if that makes any sense. I'm gonna use 5 AM again and deepen out the outside again. This is something I always do after I lay down metallic, so that way I can get a good blend between the dark shadow and the shimmer, because the shimmer tends to cover up some of the pigment. So I just go back into the shades I used before and add some more. I love this deep brown shade. It is so perfect. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And then with the Mila shade, these two shades are like the perfect basic transition and deepening shades. I don't know, they're my ideal warm transition shades because you could use so many different colors with this main eyeshadow color that will look good with those. Oh, I love this look too. Oh, these are both so beautiful. I think I am gonna do pops of color under each eye so we can try a couple more shades as well. I could totally ruin this, but let's try to use this yellow shade as an inner corner on this side. It might look good with the gold. And also this yellow is not a vibrant, warm, super poppy yellow. This is more of like a pastel-y, lighter yellow. I might even put some of Icy on top of it to kind of make it pop like in a shimmery way. But wow, that's pretty. That would be a beautiful yellow inner corner highlight. It definitely is showing up on the face a lot better than when I swatched it, I'm not gonna lie. Wow, that's so pretty. It's still kind of like a pastel-y kind of yellow. It's not like a lemon yellow. Okay, let's put Icy on top of it to add a little bit of the shimmer since it's just like a white shimmer. Ooh. The white shimmer is so pigmented, it kind of covered up all of the yellow, but it kind of has like a yellow undertone. Okay, look at that, like, that's insane. Those inner corners are beaming. I'm gonna put some face makeup on, then we're gonna come back and do the lower lash line with a couple of the other colors, like using this one of the brighter ones I'm gonna try. And then I'll give you guys some of my final thoughts, which I feel like are pretty obvious if you've gotten this far. Okay, you guys, let's try these lower lash line colors. We're going bold because we want to try some of these brights. First, I want to try this pink blend and snap, and I'm gonna do it on this side. I really want to also try this red. I just don't know exactly how to fit it in, so I think I'm gonna use that on this side as well after I use the pink. But this red is the best red I have ever put my fingers in. Like, perfect shade, and oh my god, is it pigmented. Like, I really want to try that so bad, so I'm gonna see if I can work it in somehow. But first, let's try the pink. I am getting a little fallout, so I'm gonna add some extra powder down here. That way I can kind of sweep away any fallout. Okay, so there's the pink. It's decent. It is a warm pink, so it definitely isn't like a punchy, like super bright pink, but it definitely shows up really pink. So, and it looks really good with this look as well, especially since the duochrome shadow that I use, like when you turn, it looks pink, so like everything looks kind of together. I might mess it up now because I want to use a little bit of red, just like really close to my lower lash line. It could be terrible, but we're gonna go for it anyways. I'm just testing these shadows. It's not like I'm wearing this out. All right, let's go into the red. Ooh, I'm so excited. And I'm just gonna press it along my lash line, like pretty close. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. That's a good red. That's a good red. Let's blend some of the pink on top of it just because. Try to blend it in here. I have to do a look with that red, like just with that red, and like, oh my god. Okay, I definitely got a little carried away here, so there's a lot happening down there, but it's fine. For the other side, we're gonna do the green, which means we would have tried out every single bright shade except for the orange. This is the one that didn't swatch as well, but again, like I said, it built up well, so let's see what happens under the eye. Yeah, definitely more sheer. Not so sure this green is my favorite. I think it's the weakest shade in the palette. It's there, but it's not doing what I want it to do. I mean, it doesn't really go with the look, but I was hoping it would give it like a pop, but it's just not enough. I don't know what's gonna happen, but let's just try to throw the orange on top of it. This orange and green make like a mustard color maybe. This under eye's not looking good, guys. The orange is not helping the situation. Okay. Let's use the 5 AM dark brown. I don't know, you guys, this is not coming out how I wanted it to. Okay, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. I just tried to kind of cover it up. I'm not a fan of that green. It didn't really work the best. Every single other shade in this palette though, it worked so beautifully. But I used definitely over half of the palette, so I feel like I have a good feel for it. So I'm gonna throw on some mascara and I'll come back and tell you guys my final thoughts. Okay, Okay, you guys, here we go. Final thoughts on the NikkieTutorials and BeautyBay palette. I really highly suggest this palette if you are considering it at all. It is so good. It is limited edition, so I would definitely recommend getting on the wait list so that you're notified when it comes out. But this is such a beautiful palette, and you can do so many things with it. Colorful and wearable, like neutral looks that it's amazing. And these shimmers are just like out of this freaking world. Everything blended well. The only one, like I told you guys, is the green one I'm not a fan of, but everything else in this palette, wow, it is so well made. I am so excited to use this more. I can't wait to make more looks with it and post them on my Instagram. You guys should follow me on Instagram if you want to see more of my makeup looks. I post pretty often, as well as on my stories if you want more personal, like behind the scenes stuff. My Instagram is also Lindseys Lovely Life, super easy. I have it linked in the description box, but I'm definitely going to be doing more looks with this, and I'm so excited to share them with you guys. And honestly, $30, you guys, that pricing these are high quality shadows. Like $30 for this, that price is beyond 100% worth it. This palette truly does inspire me, and that's one of the biggest things for me when I get a palette, is that I feel inspired to create makeup looks. I even want to take this off now and do more. That's how much I'm enjoying this. So okay, I think that's all. If you guys saw this whole video through, I think you kind of have an idea how I feel about the shadows. I don't really need to explain any more than this. And I really hope you guys found this helpful if you're looking to purchase this palette. I always suggest looking at everybody's reviews, because you shouldn't base your opinion off of just one person's review. So definitely check out other people's reviews. But for me, it worked incredibly. If you guys did find this video helpful or enjoyed it, I would really appreciate if you considered subscribing to my channel. I put out new videos every week, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you again so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!